Have you ever looked at one of those glossy travel magazines, the ones with the impossibly blue water and the toucans sitting on a branch, and thought, that's beautiful, but who can actually afford that? Costa Rica, with its catchphrase Pura Vida, seems like a paradise reserved for big spenders and luxury eco-lodges. But what if I told you that you could dive headfirst into that pure life, that you could taste the coffee, hike a volcano, and watch the sun melt into the Pacific Ocean, all for less than $100 a day? It sounds like a fantasy, right? Well, my friends, I'm here to tell you it's not only possible, it's one of the most wonderful ways to experience the real heart of this incredible country. This isn't about five-star hotels or fancy-tasting menus. This is an adventure for your senses, a journey on the ground with the people. We're talking about a whirlwind 48-hour escapade, a faceless adventure where the focus isn't on you, but on everything around you. Our journey begins not with a frantic rush from the airport, but with a gentle awakening in the Central Valley. I found a lovely, simple guest house just outside of San Jose for about $30 a night. You don't need much. Just a clean bed, a friendly host, and a window to let in that beautiful morning light. The air here is different. It's cooler than you'd expect, fresh and filled with the scent of damp earth and blooming flowers. This region is the cradle of Costa Rican coffee, the country's golden bean. Getting around is part of the fun, and it's where you save the most money. Forget the expensive taxis or rental cars. The local buses are your best friend. For $1 or $2, you can get just about anywhere you need to go. The coffee tour began not in a sterile presentation room, but right there among the coffee plants themselves. Our guide, a man named Carlos, whose grandfather had planted the very first trees on this land, walked us through the rows of glossy green leaves. He picked a bright red coffee cherry, split it open with his thumbnail, and showed us the 2 small beans nestled inside, coated in a sweet, sticky mucilage. He encouraged us to taste it. It was surprisingly sweet, a little bit like a lychee or a grape. Carlos explained the entire process with such passion and detail. We saw how the cherries are harvested by hand, a painstaking process to ensure only the ripest ones are picked. Then we moved on to the processing area where the beans are washed, stripped of their fruity pulp, and laid out on vast patios to dry under the tropical sun. The best part, of course, was the tasting or cupping session. Carlos set up a series of cups with freshly ground beans from different roasts and batches. We learned to slurp the coffee loudly, a technique that sprays it across your palate to engage all your taste buds. With the rich taste of coffee still lingering on my palate, I hopped on another local bus, this time heading into the heart of San Jose. The capital city can feel a bit chaotic at first, a whirlwind of sounds and sights, but it's where you'll find the true pulse of the country. My mission for the afternoon was simple: find a delicious and cheap lunch. The key to eating well on a budget in Costa Rica is to find a soda. These are small, family-run eateries, often with just a few tables and an open kitchen, and they serve up hearty, traditional Costa Rican food for just a few dollars. The star of the show at any soda is the casado. The name literally translates to married man, and it's a perfect marriage of food on a plate. For about $5, you get a heaping portion of rice and black beans, a simple salad, sweet fried plantains, and your choice of protein. After lunch, I took some time to explore the Mercado Central, the city's central market. This is a labyrinth of sights, sounds, and smells. I grabbed a churro for dessert, a crispy, cinnamon sugar-dusted treat that cost less than $1. Day 2 began with an early start, the air still cool and crisp before the tropical sun began to assert its authority. My destination was Poas Volcano National Park, one of Costa Rica's most accessible and dramatic natural wonders. As the bus climbs higher, the urban landscape gives way to fields of strawberries, dairy farms, and eventually, the dense, cloud-draped foliage of the high-altitude forest. Upon arrival, the first thing you notice is the change in temperature and the unique smell of sulfur in the air. The path is lined with giant-leafed plants characteristic of this high-altitude ecosystem. As you approach the viewing platform, the trees give way, and there it is. The main crater of Poas Volcano is an astonishing sight. It's a massive, steaming caldera, over a mile wide, with a bubbling, turquoise-colored acidic lake at its center. Plumes of steam and gas billow up from fumaroles, creating an otherworldly, prehistoric scene. It feels like you're looking into the very heart of the Earth. While the main crater is the star attraction, the adventure at Poas doesn't end there. Another trail leads you deeper into the cloud forest, towards a second dormant crater known as Botos Lake. The path meanders through a mystical, almost magical forest. After a beautiful walk, the trail opens up to a viewing platform overlooking Botos Lake. The dormant crater is now filled with stunningly clear, cold rainwater, forming a deep blue lake surrounded by the dense green walls of the cloud forest. It's a picture of perfect tranquility. With the volcanic highlands shrinking in the rearview mirror, my adventure took a sharp turn towards the coast. The plan was ambitious. Travel from the cool mountains of the Central Valley to the warm, salty air of the Pacific coast in a single afternoon. We arrived in Punta Arenas, a long, thin peninsula that juts out into the Gulf of Nicoya. The city has a gritty, authentic port town feel that I find incredibly charming. I found a Churchill, a uniquely Costa Rican creation of shaved ice, syrup, powdered milk, condensed milk, and ice cream. As the afternoon sun began its slow descent, the energy along the Punta Arenas beach started to change. The heat of the day softened into a warm, golden glow, and the beach came alive. Families were out strolling, children were laughing and splashing in the gentle waves. I found a perfect spot on the dark volcanic sand to simply sit and wait for the show to begin. The sky began to transform into a masterpiece of color. The brilliant blue of the afternoon slowly gave way to soft shades of orange, pink, and fiery red. I put my phone away and just watched, allowing myself to be completely present in that moment. What's amazing about a sunset is that it's a universal experience, yet it feels so deeply personal. It's a shared moment of beauty that connects everyone, regardless of where they come from or how much money they have. And then, just like that, the sun slipped below the horizon, leaving behind a sky awash in deep purples and soft, fading light. The show was over. My 48-hour, sub-$100 per day adventure in Costa Rica had reached its perfect conclusion. So there you have it. 2 days, one incredible country, and all for less than the cost of a fancy dinner in some big cities. We did it. We tasted the coffee, we hiked the volcano, we ate the local food, and we watched that magnificent sunset melt into the Pacific. This journey wasn't about luxury. It was about life. It was about discovering that the most memorable travel experiences often come from the simplest things. A conversation with a coffee farmer, the taste of a home-cooked meal in a tiny soda, the feeling of the sun on your face. The key, my friends, is a shift in perspective. It's about choosing connection over comfort, experience over extravagance. Costa Rica, and indeed the world, is full of these opportunities. You just have to be willing to step a little bit outside the typical tourist track. And if you want to see more affordable adventures like this one, well, you know where to find me. Join me as we continue to explore this amazing world, one delicious, budget-friendly, and unforgettable trip at a time. Because trust me, there's so much more to see, and so much more to eat. Let's go.